What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Trader Pride in the house. That's right, we're back for another stream. Sadly, the last stream of the week. It is September 7th. I was just checking the calendar to make sure it was September 7th. Yes, it is September 7th. And a brand new week for a brand new month. Sadly, the week has to kind of come to an end. Tomorrow being the last trading day of this week, and today being the last stream of this week. So shout out to everyone who did manage to show up to the stream. Shout out to TH. I see TH is in the chat. Don't really see anybody else in the chat so far, but if you are in here, shout out to you too. Thank you for pulling up to the stream. Hopefully you had a great day on the market today. Market's still red. You know, that 830 number hurting the market. I guess the market was selling off even before that anyways on the day. So free fall Thursday came in, but then off the open we actually got a bounce off of it, and market was giving a lot of opportunities to get long for traders who were looking for longs, but a couple stocks really got hurt later on in the day. Meta. So we got a lot to talk about. Nevertheless, we got a lot of stocks on board. We'll go through a couple stocks that we traded. As you guys can see, I already guessed with the title and with the thumbnail. We're going to talk about ChargePoint and a couple other stocks that we traded throughout the day. Understand our thesis, our setup behind it, and maybe learn how we could possibly improve on these trades going forward and get better. Always, that's the goal. Get better by even 1%. If we can do that, that's all we want to do. That's all we want to do over here in trading, in life, in any way we can, right? So why don't we dive in, because as always, your boy does have a long list of stocks to talk about. So I'll show you the list first just so you guys have an idea of what we're going to look at. We're going to look at earnings, obviously, everything earnings. Earnings that came out after hours today, earnings from previously this week, earnings that are coming out tomorrow before open. We'll look at some of these plays over here, try to find some trades over there. Some of the most active stocks today, I picked the 10 most active stocks based on volume. A couple gainers. Most of the gainers that I wanted to talk about are going to be talked about anyways throughout earnings plays and so on. So didn't really find any other big gainers other than Coinbase for ourselves, and then a couple losers over here on the day that sold off, possibly able to give us another opportunity to continue that selling that the stocks have had, or maybe catch some sort of a bounce, some sort of a dips on these stocks for an intraday bounce tomorrow and get long. So why don't we start off with looking at stocks that actually traded today. So we were looking at ChargePoint last night for the earnings move. These are the stocks that we were looking for. We were talking about, ChargePoint really look for any pops to short, but that wasn't the trade idea later on when the stock actually opened around 6 and flushed all the way to $5 right off the open. Did not really give me any pops to short off the open. I was expecting the stock to possibly find that bounce, that SSR bounce that we always talk about, possibly give us that bounce right off the open at 6, rip all the way to the north side, but all the way, quotes, all the way in quotes, because ChargePoint's levels that we have mapped out are the 665. So if it was going to open somewhere around 6, pop up to the north side near 665, near 7, we were going to play with this 40-cent range and build into a shorts for a possible move back down. That was the overall thesis with us saying, look for pops to short the stock. But with the way the stock opened up and flushed to the downside, shows me a failed break of this $5 area, any real and no real follow through, lack of follow through for the downside momentum and movement, as the stock triggers, I believe, what is like 20-30% to the downside at that point. Yeah, almost 30% down on that day at that point. So with SSR triggering 3 times already around this $5 level, showing you clear bounce, clear buying mechanics, clear SSR mechanic being triggered and being abused, $5 giving you that beautiful risk to reward. The low of day was $4.96. I'm long $5. My risk is basically 5 to 10 cents at max, and I'm getting, you know, more than 5 to 10 cents. I'm getting 100 cents out of it, and even more than 100 cents depending on how long you ended up holding the trade. If you really ended up holding it till the end of the day, then you really got 130 cents out of that trade over there. So monster SSR trade, SSR bounce, SSR long, whatever you want to call it, that trade, the mechanic is just so clean. It works like a whistle, and the win rate on the stock is probably not the best, but what are we looking for? The word over here, the risk to reward. Trying to find the risk to reward picture. There you go. The risk to reward on these trades are amazing. This calculates only up to 5 risk to reward, but this is back-to-back days now where we're showing you trades where we've caught stocks with 3Rs and 6R trades winners. Imagine with the 5R winning percent strategy, you only need to be right 20% to start making money on the stock. Or on the setup, sorry, not on the stock, on the setup. You only need to have a 20% winning rate. So it allows me to be wrong a lot, take small hits, only take a 5-10 cent hit for a possible winner such as this monster move over here. Later on, after taking my profits, I do get FOMO with this bigger move to the north side, and since I was already willing to short the stock around 665, I start flipping into shorts. As you guys can see, short, get stopped out. Then I just say, you know what, I'm not gonna get stopped out until the stock really clears to the north side. So I just keep building into the shorts, and the stock does nothing in my favor, which is, hey, at this point we are trading under the EMAs. Both the EMAs are above where the stock is currently trading compared to how the stock was trading previously in the day, right? Above both the 50 and the 100 period EMA. But at this point, we're below both the EMA, so I figured, I'll be a little bit more aggressive in this range now, as we could get that flush back down to VWAP. But no, that flush never really came in, so I just punched out over here. I say, you know what, I'm done with the stock, and it looks like I made the right decision, because later on in the day, it did manage to go make a new high, going right past that $60.20 area. So shout out to ChargePoint. You got that long, and with the title or with the thumbnail, how the thumbnail says, unlocking the market mechanics and how to catch these SSR bounces. You look for a stock that's down 10% on the day, and you look for buying to come in. It's that simple. There's another stock today that gave you a pretty much same setup over here. Here's Novavax. If you go to Novavax, look at what happened over here, right around this $8.70 or so. Triggers SSR by 0.5%, and then bounces to the north side. The risk to reward on that setup is insane, and looks like 875 has been a level previously. Not sure where that level comes from or where that line comes from. Looks like we have that level from somewhere around these areas, that 875 bottom right there, coming back into play slightly at the moment, showing you a little bit of a support off of that SSR bounce mechanic. And you can possibly find other stocks out there looking very similar, stocks that are going down 10%, 20%, 30%, and then eventually just reversing direction, and an insane reversal where the stock actually closes much higher than people would have thought on the day. So always love looking for trades like these, and we might just be able to look for trades like these from stocks that announced earnings today after hours, or stocks that announced earnings previously that are already on SSR and haven't bounced yet. I would actually like to show you an example here of stocks that actually went down on the earnings move, but the SSR bounce did not come in because these stocks were just that bad on earnings day, and it happens to be Upstart and Roblox. So here we go. No matter how much you look for that SSR bounce at the 35 level, which is what I was looking for, you barely got $1 out of it. And $1 on Upstart is nothing, but for the risk to reward over here was great. But we were looking for a much bigger move, and burnt a lot of people. I guess there was a little bit of a bounce over here, $2 bounce, but didn't work out. Roblox was another one on that same day of earnings. burnt me and a couple of my friends too. It gave you a first bounce over here, but later on we thought the grinding that the stock was having was going to give you a bigger bounce, a monster bounce back up to 32 $33 or so. But no, later on cracks much lower and burn. So sometimes that SSR bounce can go against you. You just have to be willing to take that loss and get hit a little bit and walk away from it. But when it does work, instead of just losing your 1 unit of risk, you end up making 6 units of reward, or 10 units of reward, or something crazy that you weren't even expecting out of these positions. So shout out to ChargePoint. Even Neil had this long today. So monster long from ChargePoint. We love this trade. Let's go to the next trade we had on board. C3AI, short C3AI. We were actually talking about this on our notes, so we'll show you our notes first from yesterday. Our notes from yesterday: 31, 29, and 28. The stock was trading below 28 off the open. In pre-market off the open, it pushes up to 28, allows me to get short, pushes down to 27. I take more on the 27 break. I start covering near 26. Don't really have any more shares for the bigger move down. I do have shares for the bigger move down. Once it pulls back up, I start adding to this position. And then I get stopped out. So I give back some of the money that I made on this trade over here. Later on in the day, I get short again. I get shaken out, so I take some profits, I cover some for some losses. I cut the bag a little bit, but then I still manage to hold the trade, where I get to take out 2 lots later on over here in this area. So this ends up being my C3AI trade. A little impatient in this area for reloading the shorts. I was reloading around VWAP and reloading around the 100 period EMA. So a little bit impatient, but it was part of my setup, I guess. But AI showed that monster SSR bounce over here coming in for AI. I guess you could even say an inverse head and shoulders for your 1-minute traders coming into play, taking it right back to the north side. A little bit of patience to just go back to that 28, let that 28 stops get burned for the intraday stops, and take it on the way back. Be on the right side of the V. Lance Bernstein, I think that's how you say his name. Hopefully I'm saying it correctly. Being on the right side of the V, being on the right side of the move would have saved me a lot of the headache over here. So no reason to really front run this trade. I kind of paid for this lesson over here today. We'll probably continue learning this lesson again and again because I have been doing these same mistakes a lot. But with now that the new trade floor that I am at, honestly, the new trade floor is amazing. This new trade floor that I'm at, they seem to be able to tell you exactly where you're wrong and be able to help you improve. So hopefully these guys can turn me into the monster trader that I can be. Apple, next trade over here. Apple, we take a quick short, scalp out, small win, not too much of a win. Don't like the way it was holding this 177 area. Take the profits at VWAP. I'm out of that trade. Thank you, goodbye. Market was also bouncing. I try a quick little short at Google, also doesn't work. I get stopped out on the way back through VWAP. I actually don't stop out. I punch out manually. I say I don't want to be involved in this trade anymore. Market was ridiculously strong. I guess I could have just flipped long because, I mean, look what happened to Google from positive to negative on the day. Insane over there. Pretty crazy. Did it actually turn positive to negative? Yeah, 0.5. My chart's a little wonky. So Google, pretty insane move overall. UiPath, come on, man. Like we even outlined this trade for you guys. Path, fail break of 18 or 19 short only. Fail break of 18 or 19 short and long only below 16 is what we were talking about. We even had this like stock mapped out yesterday for us for possible trades. And we were talking about longs only below 16. That's it. We were not going to look at longs anywhere else. and that trade ends up being the best trade over there that the stock could have offered. You go long around 16, doesn't really go below 16 sadly, but go long around yesterday's areas, $16 or so, and a monster run up to the north side all the way up to $18. It does give you that fail break of 18 short later on in the day too. If you were watching it, it grinds 18, breaks 18 to the north side, burns the stops, traps the longs, and then pulls all the way down to 1765. So for like about what, 10 cents of risk, not even 10. What's the high of that? 6 cents. When it comes back below 18, you get short. Your stop is at 6, maybe slippage of 5 more cents. With 10 cents of risk, you're getting 60 cents out of that trade. So what more do you want out of it, right? What more do you want out of it at the end of the day? UiPath does work out on that trade idea that I gave you, the short fail break of 18, but looks like we might be getting ready now to start pushing towards that $19-20 over here based off of this earnings catalyst for this position. So how do we find trades for the stock tomorrow? Is probably will be coming up somewhere down here. Did I take out Path? I think I did take out Path. Oh. Oh, don't take out GitLab. We'll pull GitLab right back in there. Put GitLab right back in there. What was over here? I forget what was in here. Oh well. Oh well. Okay. So that is C3 AI, Google, UiPath. But so since we missed the long from 16, we instead now start looking for what do I do over here? Since we missed the long from 16 and we missed the short from 18, now I'm thinking the way the stock is trading, you know, it's probably going to 19 over here if more push comes into the stock later on in the day. So I start getting into some longs over here, I get chopped up. I get into more longs over here, I start getting chopped up. So I start taking out some for losses, some for profits. Then I start getting into the lower end of the ranges for my entries, and I start scalping out for some profits. At the end of the day, I just close the position. Small little loss over here. I did lose on this position. A lot of FOMO kicking in for missing out the 18 and for missing out the 16. Need to make sure that I stop fighting that FOMO of trades. You know, it's okay to miss out on trades. It's not okay to just go out there and gamble with your profits. If I want to gamble with it, then yeah, maybe go ahead and gamble, but keep the risk tight and keep your position sizing tight. Here's the next trade, Dell. Why is charge point chart repeated twice? That's crazy. So here's the last trade we're going to talk about for my trades today. Is going to be Dell. We even had this one outlined for you guys yesterday. So if we go down over here, where does Dell pop up? Dell right here. Gainers, new all-time high possible coming in. 71 break long question mark. But instead of going long first, we actually go short because you know, the all-time high for this position was around 70-40. 70-40, 70-50 or so, the all-time high. Today we actually break out to a new all-time high of 70-60, but that was just basically traps. Traps for the longs and so on, and the stops for the shorts getting burnt. So I'm actually front running this position like a dum-dum. Front running the short, the stock comes in, stops me out. As soon as it stops me out, I'm thinking, hey, look at that volume. Maybe the stock actually has buyers. And also yesterday the stock was on a monster rally to the north side while the whole market was selling off. This is Dell's move yesterday, whereas the market was on a complete direction to the downside. So I'm thinking, you know, maybe these buyers that were there yesterday are gonna come in today again and rally the stock to the north side for a new all-time high and keep it going. Is that a possibility? So if that is, I don't want to miss out on it. So as soon as I get stopped out, I punch into a long, and this stock just starts going straight to the downside. Oh, come on. Did I just get trapped in here? Did I just get trapped on the failed break of the long? Failed break of the all-time high. Do I need to flip back short? No. The buyers are going to come in. The market is going up. So I'm going to add to my position. This is what my thinking was. I'm going to add to my position. I added to the position with a tight stop around 70. Eventually, the stock does manage to break 70. This is where I should have been ready to flip short if I wasn't ready to flip short back here. Right? I don't flip short, miss out on a monster short later on in the day. My coworkers, my fellow traders who work on the floor, all have been hearing me bitch about this trade all day. And eventually later on, one of the head traders actually who does the reviews for us was reviewing my trade for me, and gave out a lot of good pointers, which is, yeah, don't front run this trade. Doesn't make sense. Wait for the backside, which I already knew. I was bitching about, me not waiting for the backside. The long over here is fine, but the long over here really wasn't. And if you really like the long over here, he mentioned a very good point, which is you want to see the stock, break out, and you want to see bids stepping up. These are points that I knew already, but just at that moment, I just saw dollar signs in my eyes. I ignored all the market information, which is, so you get punished, right? So I just saw dollar signs in my eyes, which is stupid. So yeah, you want to see bids stepping up. You want to see higher prices getting punched in. At that moment, the tape just stalled. I saw the tape stall out, and then I was hoping and I was praying. All kind of stupid shit that you can do when you're trading. Something that I wasn't doing over here. It's because I have faith in the setup. I know how the setup works, and I know my risk. I know my risk. I know exactly how much I'm going to lose when I get stopped out on this trade. But it's things like this where I know my risk, but also it's like couple stupid mistakes at one after another, compounding on the mistakes makes you make a bigger mistake overall, and you just donate some money back, sadly. So good idea, right idea on the short, didn't trade it properly, poor execution. That's all. These were my trades on the day. If you guys want to share your trades on the day, make sure you sign up to our Discord. Go to our Discord and post your trades in the trade review section, and I'll be more than happy to pull up a chart every single day and review it for you guys to the best of our ability. So now that we've done that, let's go to our watch list on the day. We got a couple stocks over here to talk about. Docu first on board, DOCU. Let's go see what Docu's earnings are coming in at. Shout out to your boys at Benzinga for this earnings. Why does it always do that? It glitches out first. Okay, shout out to your boy at Benzinga for giving us this earnings over here. It looks like earnings are a beat for Docu, and what is Q? Okay, yeah, Q3. There you go. Q3 coming in at 687, 691 compared to 686. Higher. 270, 2.5, 273.7 to 272. Higher. So guiding higher on the next few. What am I talking about? Guiding higher on the next quarter earnings forecast. And the current earning numbers already coming out better. So DocuSign over here pushing the north side. You guys already know how I feel personally about Docu. I think this company is kind of a joke. But, they are surviving. They are staying alive. Staying alive. Staying alive. I'm going to get demonetized. I'm not even monetized. But I'm going to get demonetized for singing that song over here. But DocuSign over here, indeed staying alive at the end of the day. And a nice little move off the earnings push over here, almost pushing up to $55. Looks like it really struggled at $55 in the after hours with that earnings catalyst. So something to take a look at that. Maybe we'll even pull up over here, see if 55 is an important area. Looks like it could be. It's somewhere around these little peaks. Looks like I also have a line coming from these bottoms from January 2022 bottom, somewhere around $56. This stock has a lot of levels on the upside that it might run into, right? It's gonna walk into a lot of levels while we keep bumping up. So you might want to be careful with your longs while you're trading this position. But I think nevertheless, what we're watching right now is that clean 55 area, possibly gives us a 55 break long tomorrow, and with the positive guidance and a positive earnings report, we don't at least I'm not expecting the stock to push too much to the downside tomorrow off the open. If it does, possible some dip buys at 50, 51. I would expect that. I would expect these areas to come into play and hold off. not really go too further. The guidance is good. Guidance is good. Earnings is good. But maybe the conference call didn't go as good, which we did at the 10, right? Maybe the conference call didn't go as good. Sometimes you have to hear them again. Yeah, exactly. That's what I said to another trader when you know, they say every single book sounds the same. They say the same thing again and again. It just sounds regurgitated, same crap again and again. And I tell them, yeah, it is for the most times. All books do say the same thing, but it's good to hear them again, or it's good to read them again. It's almost like an affirmation, saying it again and again and again, getting it installed into your head, getting it actually planted into your mind. Because I read this quote once: to know and to not apply is to not know. Basically meaning to learn and to not apply what you learned is to not learn it in the first place. It's almost like you didn't learn it. It doesn't matter what you learn, you're not applying it. So to know and to not apply, or to learn and to not apply, is to not learn, is to not know. And the same thing over here can be said to the market. To learn something about the market and to not actually put it to work is to not know what the heck it is in the first place in the market. So reading that thing again, learning it again, hearing it again will always be better for us. We'll just keep you getting that 1% quicker to that goal that you're looking to get to, right? That's the goal over here of every single trader, just to get better, baby, get better. All right. How much do you rely on tape reading when you're executing your trades? Quite a bit, actually, quite a bit. Yesterday, I forget what trade it was where I was, it was Zscaler. Zscaler gave me a nice little long scalp off the tape. Later on, it told me where to get out off the tape too, but I just ignored the tape. Sometimes selective hearing, selective decision making can screw you over on that. But no, tape is a big factor. You got to look at the tape, especially around the key levels, because it gives you amazing information as to what direction the stock is actually being implemented. You know, bidders stepping up. Are the bidders actually taking size? Is the size actually being filled? Where is it being filled? Is it going on to the leg gateways? Is it going on to dark pools? Is it going in mid prints? Is it going into the ask, above the ask, into the bid, below the bid? So a lot of questions over here to look at the tape at all times around the key levels. I wouldn't say look at tape all day. That's exhausting, and honestly, you'll go crazy doing that. Doesn't make sense. But reading tape at key levels to make that right decision is exactly what traders do, right? Is exactly what traders do. Now that we've looked at Docu for possible trades, I'm looking for a long, so we'll just put that in our notes over here. Docu $55 area makes sense. We'll also look out for this possible dip buy at $51.50 to $51 for dip buys. For possible on long stuff for Docu. Why can't I speak right now? What the hell is wrong with me? Let's go to the next stock, RH, also known as Restoration Hardware. Looks like clearly their earnings numbers are negative. What? Why don't you show me the earnings numbers? It's already past 8 o'clock, buddy. You come on, you're slacking, and that's why we use our friends Benzinga. Did someone set the light to white? Why is it so bright? There you go. It's blue now. Why is it so bright white over there? Shout out to our friends at Benzinga. Looks like Restoration Hardware beat on, how much of a beat? Monster beat. Monster beat on earnings per share. Monster beat on revenue also. But are they guiding lower? Low end full year guidance coming in. Yes, that's what's hurting them. Their guidance is coming in much lower than the estimates. Yeah, Q3 revenue coming in much lower than estimates, and Q4 revenue coming in. Not sure what the estimate is for Q4 revenue. Full year guidance EPS is you know, kind of within the range of the estimate, but very, very low, and they're probably staying on the low end of that range. So Restoration Hardware, we continue to expect the luxury housing market and broader economy to remain challenging throughout full year of 2023 and into next year, as mortgage rates continue to trend at 20-year highs, and the current outlook is for rates to remain unchanged until quarter 2 of 2024. Pretty valid point. Didn't even think about it. You know, houses cost a shit ton of freaking money right now. Houses cost a lot of money. Interest rates are crazy. People getting locked into this new interest rate terms are obviously crying as prices keep going up and up and up. It's really hard for people to spend that much money now on expensive luxury. People are they have to check every single dollar that they're spending. So it makes sense that this company is probably going into that harder period of their business cycle. You know, everything has a cycle. Everything has a cycle, and it's time for Restoration Hardware to get into that cycle now and struggle for a little bit. This could actually end up being a really good short for a swing trade. You know, right back into these ranges over here. This is the monthly. Every single bar you're looking at on the chart is a month long information. If you're thinking as a swing trade over here for as a short side, you know, getting into this trade somewhere around where we are right now at 368 with your stops around 400 and your targets near 236, because they're saying we're going to struggle going all the way into Q2 2024. They're basically saying we're going to struggle for a full year. So just think about it. They're going to struggle for a full year. I'm thinking they're going right back down to the 100 period EMA over here on the all-time chart where every single bar is a month. Let's go over here to the daily chart where every single chart candle is, every single bar is a daily information. You know, for your quick swing traders who don't want to give it that much of risk for the shorts, you could just you know, take the breakout short down somewhere over here, maybe 362. Keep your risk tight for your targets down to 330-ish or so, 321, 330-ish or so. I think the stock is a great short for the long-term scale. For day traders, however, sadly, the stock doesn't really bring in too much volume intraday. Not sure. Tomorrow, we're expecting it to bring in a little bit more volume. On earnings days, the stock usually does bring in a little bit more volume. I'll just show you an example. On that earnings day over there, we got 4 million shares. On that earnings day, we got 5 million shares, whereas the average 10-day volume on this position is only 600,000 shares for a $300 stock, right? So spreads are going to be nasty. Tomorrow, they're going to be a little bit better than usual, but the spreads are still going to be you know, yucky a little bit. Be ready for that. Opportunities are going to be amazing, however, to the downside. I'm only looking for shorts. They are clearly guiding to the downside, and the factors that they're using, only looking for shorts, and the factors that they are announcing are obviously pretty damn bad. Yeah. Restoration Hardware. Surprisingly enough, never been inside of it. I mean, makes sense. I don't buy furniture. I don't buy furniture. The only thing I've ever bought for furniture is for the stuff you see in this room, and that's actually this computer table. There's a couple things over here on this side of the room that you don't see, like that shelf that used to be in that corner that I moved. So that shelf from IKEA, this desk that you see behind me. Let me put my flop back on. This desk that you see behind me is actually custom made. So shout out to my pops for custom making that desk. And that bed is obviously just a doggy bed. Sadly, my dog doesn't want to hang out with me. He wants to hang out downstairs with my mom. I don't blame him. My mom just came back from India, so I don't blame him wanting to hang out with my mom instead of me at the moment. Obviously, I sound very boring to him right now talking about stocks and whatnot. He probably just wants to go outside and chase squirrels. Let's be real. I don't blame him. Okay, now let's go back to the stock market over here. We're gonna take a look at PL. Most of you probably don't know what PL is, but these guys send out satellites into the space. Where else do satellites go? That help with mapping, geo how do I say this? I don't really know how to say it, so I'll just read it out for you. Planet Labs PBC provides daily data and insights about Earth that offers web geo platforms with satellite data available and foundational analytics to derive insights to make decisions. The company is founded by blah 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 blah. Who cares who was founded by and when it was founded by? Anyways, so this company previously was put onto my radar by a Twitter space call where they were talking about, you know, this company company has a lot of satellites. They have actual functioning satellites, not like Rocket Labs and a bunch of other stupid companies. It was a SPAC that merged and started pushing up, and they actually make money. I mean, look, every single earnings report that this stock has announced, green, 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 green. They actually do make money, and they provide services to Google Earth, I believe. Where does Google Earth get its images? Get its data. State agencies, geological survey organizations. What? How do you spell satellite? ALLITE. Does Google Earth get its data from? Landsat. Who does Planet Labs provide data to? Let's see. Let's Google this shit. Let's find out. Instead of just believing like people on Twitter Spaces, let's do our own damn research. Who are your provider? Like, who do you provide services to? Leading provider of global daily Earth data. So, like, obviously, I'm expecting the government, the military, okay, maybe farmers, okay, planet products, planet monitoring, planet tasking, planet base maps, planet analytic feeds, okay. And that's just pretty damn cool if you ask me. Yeah, agriculture, civil government, defense and intelligence, drought response, science programs, energy infrastructure, finance and insurance. Hey, yo. Hold up. Is this what? Hey, yo, I knew it. You guys know what this is? You guys know what these images are? I'll tell you what these images are right now. So what these images are, I believe these are oil tankers, right? These are oil tankers. There's a famous story that your boy, what's that boy's name? Yeah, this guy, Ray Dalio, principal by Ray Dalio, sent up satellites up into space to take pictures of oil tankers in Saudi Arabia, in America, in whatever, wherever these oil tankers are. And the height of these oil tankers determine how much oil is being produced or stored in these tankers. And using that information, he then made a monster bet that made him a ton of money to just add to his bankroll. So it says insurance and risk assessment, real-time high cadence. It says you know, a bunch of stuff over here, but I'm thinking they're using this to make trades, you know, find out how much corn is being grown in a place, or what was that, peaches, how many peaches. I get my peaches out in Georgia. How many peaches are being grown in Georgia just through satellite imaging, and they can make bets off it. I don't doubt that shit, bro. See? Spotting illegal gold mines. Yo, boys, you wanna start something over here? You guys wanna fund a satellite for data, and we start getting our own information, chat. We gotta spin something up over here. We start a Patreon. We start a Patreon where we can team up and contact Planet Labs and get our own data set where we can look at all this cool information, chat. We need to do this. Ensure your successful financial endeavors with real-time data and imagery from the planet. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I mean, look, I'm bullish. I'm bullish about this company. I thought that they provide two speak, Prad, speak. Why can't you speak today? To Google Earth and so on, but looks like they don't. I'm still trying to find who they actually provide to. Former NASA scientists, cool. Wow, their images are actually pretty sick. Look at these images. Gotta be computer generated. That's an image of the planet or a volcano? What is this? Yeah, active volcano. Why is it so 2D? That just makes me think the Earth's flat. I'm joking, Chad. Don't think I'm a flat earther, please. I'm not a flat earther. But look at this image, dude. That looks like green sand. That's crazy. I guess when you're looking at from that high up down, it's gonna be that way. All right, let's get back on track. We got sidetracked a lot by cool fancy images and whatnot. We can do that. Our ADD can distract us. Let's get back on track over here to earnings plays. Planet Labs is what we're looking at. I'm very bullish on this position. I was previously bullish on this position too. They lost a little bit on revenue. I know a couple of you use police. Look at me getting sidetracked again. A couple of you use police, but this didn't work for some reason. Why didn't you work? That's triggered. No, you didn't trigger. Commands or commands. Huh. Oh, I guess my thing doesn't want to work anymore. Huh, that's sad. Okay. Well, we'll just have to figure it out next time for you guys. I apologize for anyone who did use the commands. Coming back to Planet Labs over here, I'm very bullish. Looking at the chart, looks like it did drop a little bit more. Sadly, the after-hour revenue coming in of a miss. They're probably guiding in line, probably not the highest of guidance, and also the stock doesn't really do too much volume. So I don't want to, mention it to begin with, but since we already spent so much time talking about it, yeah, EPS is actually a miss. Why does TradingView say they beat? Yeah, EPS is actually a miss, and earnings revenue is also a miss. TradingView lying to us over here. Shout out to Benzinga. Benzinga giving us the right numbers, and Q3 revenue is lower, quite a bit lower for the full year revenue. Q3 revenue is also lower, and yeah, not looking good. Guiding lower, earnings coming out lower, putting the stock at a new all-time low, and the lack of volume, sadly. Would love for the stock to show me some sort of a buyers. I need to do more research if I really want to be invested in this stock for the long term, but I like what they do. I like what they do, and it's possible for us, Team Trader Prad, to possibly hire this company's services to take a look at the information for us. Well, something to think about. Okay, SWBI, Smith & Wesson, for my American friends. Smith & Wesson, again, a stock that does no volume. I only put it on because it showed up in after-hour scanners. I think it popped to the north side insane. Yeah, pretty monster pop over here, going up to almost $12, but the stock doesn't do any damn volume, so I'm not sure how interested I will be trading in this position. I'll just leave it on my watch list. Like both of these, I don't have any real plans to trade them, but I'll just leave them on my watch list. If they show volume tomorrow, if they show any trade setups tomorrow in pre-market, I might be interested in them then, but now for this current time period, nope, not interested. PL could be in the Dish Stats Echo Star battle. Does Dish still send out satellites though? Isn't Dish just dead? Like, who still buys Dish Network? I remember having Dish. Still have that stupid satellite stuck outside my house, but we don't use it anymore. It's just a dumb satellite stuck outside of my house now. Everyone's on that what IPTV these days, or hacked Fire Sticks, right? AI. Let's go to AI. AI sold off drastically off the earnings move today. Big sell off on AI, C3 AI. We got that short off of 28. Possibly looking for that same trade tomorrow. The numbers that we were looking at on this position yesterday come right back into play again today. So looking at, or for tomorrow, so looking at again that 28, that 29, that 31 levels to show up for us to be interested to short it again, and then you know, ride it right back to the south side. Day two of SSR, and we're gonna have a lot of fun with this bad boy, north or short, whatever direction it goes. For the most part, we're looking for short, but if it shows us some strength to the long side, we will take that strength and join the party. Let's go to GME. How important is that 1940 level? We were talking about it after hours yesterday. It came into play pre-market a little bit, but off the open, bang, high a day 1948, that 1950 level. Very important still on GME. Positive on the day for GME. Yay, up 0.75% at the end of the day, but still very much in yesterday's ranges. Nothing really happening. Earnings report not really helping them out. Maybe this 1940 level comes back into play tomorrow, who knows, but until we actually see some bidders fighting for that 1940, fighting for that 1950, running it up to 20, it's going to be hard for me to be interested in this position. But shout out to GME. They do have a movie coming up very soon. Maybe that brings in some interest for this position. At the moment, that 1940 area is the only price that we were looking at yesterday, and will continue to be the only price we look at today. Pat, same prices from yesterday again, but I don't think we will see that prices below 16 that we were interested in. Now we're looking at that 18 and 19 areas, looking for you know, even 1750. The 1750 stands out right off the open. What price is that? The 15-minute open. So if we actually go to the 15-minute chart instead, the opening range 15-minute candle, no, it wasn't the 15-minute. That's, oh damn, 9:30, 9:45. What? Okay, hold up. 9:35, 9:40, 9:45. So the high of this candle should be the opening range 15-minute candle, or should be the high of this body. So the high of this body, either way, what, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm tripping myself out at this point. But that breakout over there on that 1750 area is possibly something to keep in mind, keep an eye out for. We also got this 1850, and then the high over here on $20 for a possible extension. You know, good earnings. I believe they also had good guidance for the future for Pat. So all things keeping us interested to keep on riding up to the north side. But we did start off by saying fill break of 18 or 19 short, and only longs below 16. Now the question is, you know, possible continuation of the long. So 1750, 1850, and then 20. Charge point. This is basically, you know, dead to me at this point. The stock has nothing left for me anymore. Tomorrow, I think the stock will just, you know, go straight back to the downside. But if it does for any reason give me shorts around the 665 to 7, there could be some shorts there. $666. We'll just put that level for fun. AEO. What were we talking about AEO yesterday? AEO 17 to 1750 for possible long / short. Looks like a pivot area. That's right. I think that's because this is a 52-week area high. We were looking at this level yesterday for possible long breakout or short back through that level, and looks like that's exactly how it played out. We got the short through the level. Lack of volume off the open though, so for my scanners did not pick it up. I didn't really trade the stock and did not really have a trade on it, but looks like it played out at the end of the day. If you don't care about volume and you only care about how the stock moves and how the stock played out, and if Pratty Daddy's levels are working, looks like they did. And 17 might now be a resistance area for this position to play around. Most likely going to just delete it off my watch list over here for tomorrow. Not too interested in AEO anymore, and moving on from that position moving forward. Next stock, GitLab. GitLab had a pretty good day today. 3%, 4% up. That $50 level, so important. We were pretty upset for missing that $50 long today. We were bitching about it with our coworkers. We also had this one mapped out for you guys. Where's that? Go here, show you 50. Bang, right there. GitLab 50 and then 54 and 55. 54 and 55 didn't really show up today. It did show up yesterday, but it didn't show up today. Today only showed up 50. And you could have taken long through that 50, never really looked back, as the stock gives you a monster move to $52. Now maybe there is another room back to 54, 55 area to test those highs again. And is there a chance for the stock to break out of those highs and continue going up, especially with how the market's behaving right now in the past few days? Couple of questions that only time will tell, so we'll have to wait and see. I'm only going to be waiting for, once again, longs around 50 and then shorts around 54, 55. But if 54, 55 buyers keep fighting for price and the sellers are scared, you want to go long at that point and push the stock higher, which I doubt will be a little bit hard at that moment with current market environment. ASAN. Insane rally on ASAN today, 6% to the north side. I think this was actually what, SSR at one point? No, it's not, but it was going to be down on negative earnings report. I thought it was negative earnings report, but you know, now insane rally, 6% to the upside. We had some levels, 1850 to 18 and then 1555. So $18 I guess did come into play. You could have taken that 1850 breakout for a possible move up, but no real trade for me at the end of the day over here on the stock. I think the stock was on SSR day one. Yeah, the stock was on SSR yesterday, so it was SSR day 2 today, and did not really like any plays on it. The earnings was, I think, yesterday after hours. So the way the stock moved yesterday on the positive earnings report, wasn't really too interested on this trade for it today, and tomorrow I don't think I will be either. So we'll just move away from that one. GitLab, wait, that was, yeah, why are we looking? Okay, GitLab tomorrow. I don't really want to, you know what, we'll leave it. We'll leave it 54, 55, and then we'll put down the 50 again. We'll put down the 50 again. And ASNA wasn't on this watch list anyways. We just got confused with our watch lists. All right, earnings before pre-market tomorrow. Kroger, KR, Rent, which is Rent the Runway. These are the only two stocks coming out. Rent the Runway, dollar stock, doesn't really do any volume, and I think was talking about possible delisting at one point, pretty much. You know, insane move right back to all-time lows on $1, or was it a reverse split? Did it have a reverse split? No, I think they were talking about bankruptcy, weren't they? Pretty sure they were. I could be wrong. I thought they were talking about bankruptcy. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat, please. But Rent the Runway coming out with earnings report tomorrow, and Kroger, which I thought was getting bought out by Albertsons. Isn't that right? Kroger. I can't type. Alpha Rank, please. Alpha Rank, Kroger. Let's see if that deal's still going through or not going through. I actually haven't kept track of it for a long time now. I don't see Kroger on that list. Did that deal fall apart? Oh, whoa, what's going on over here? Kroger Albertsons may sell off stores to CNS Wholesale Groceries. What's going on over here? This is crazy. Did you guys know about this? I didn't know about this. So we knew about Kroger's and Albertsons merging. That already happened. Am I living under a fucking rock? What's going on over here? This happened last October? I thought this deal was still waiting to happen. Yo, what? Alright. I guess ACI is not trading anymore? Huh? That traded today. So the deal didn't merge? Oh, announced. It didn't merge. I'm tripping. I should read more. I should just read more. I'm tripping. Okay. Last October, announced the acquisition. Blah, blah, blah. Agreement will combine two of the largest companies. Yeah, we knew that. We knew that. So they didn't really merge yet. What is the status of it? 2024 completion. Got it. Antitrust clearance will take longer for such large transactions. We knew that. We knew that. But you're telling me, after you two merge, you're gonna have to merge again with another company just so you can compete with Walmart? Long Walmart, ladies and gentlemen. That right here, what was it? What was that article? Right there, bang. Kroger, Albertsons, their names combined together, need to sell over 400 stores to CNS. Who's CNS? I'm guessing it's not CVS, but who's CNS? Never heard CNS. Who the hell is CNS? I never heard of these guys. Piggly Wiggly? I've heard that before. I don't know why I've heard Piggly Wiggly before. Is this a supermarket chain? Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never been in a Piggly Wiggly before, but I've heard of it. Grand Union, Grocer Supply, and more. What the hell are these guys? If you're not in Canada, you're a nobody. Alright? And I'm only saying that is because Walmart is in Canada. What was it? Target tried to pull up in Canada and they didn't survive. They got shut down. Couple other companies also tried to survive in Canada. They completely got ran out of this country. The only company that can survive Canada is apparently Walmart for some reason. Never heard of this company over here. It's been existing since 1918. How long has Walmart been in the game? Walmart's been in the game since 1918 for that stock, and I didn't even know about it. That's crazy. Walmart's been in the game since 1962. Who cares? We only care about Walmart anyways. And the fact that C&S and Kroger and Albertsons, all of them have to merge just to compete with Walmart, just shows us the power of WMT, ladies and gentlemen, which recently went to a new all-time high. Today making another new all-time high. This can't stop, won't stop, MC Hammer style for Walmart every single day. But why don't we take a break over here and run right back to KR as they are announcing earnings tomorrow. I'm guessing, you know, more negative catalysts pushing to the downside on this position as just a day ago the rumors are coming out that they need to merge again and again and again. I'm just throwing out the theories. Just know that all of these over here are just theories. They're not financial advices, and some of these trade ideas that I throw out there, I actually do take them, but they're not financial advices, right? They're just my trade ideas. These are just my opinions, my theories, and you guys are more than welcome to try them out, but make sure you apply risk management when you do. Make sure you apply risk management. Kroger earnings tomorrow early, and Rent earnings tomorrow early. Rent, I'm not really going to care too much for it. I'm going to remove it from my watch list. We got these top 10 stocks. I'm only going to pick a couple stocks over here. Kenvue, for some reason, brought a lot of volume. Kenvue, ooh, what the? That chart's messed up. Ignore that. That's not right. What? Oh, we're on the monthly chart. That's why. What? That's a big down day on Kenvue after recently being added to the S&P 500 index. On Tylenol lawsuit. That's crazy. Okay. Tylenol litigation was behind the stock's drop. Company was formerly part of the Johnson & Johnson's, part of the Band-Aid, Listerine. Neutrogena, and Tylenol. That's what Kenvue makes, I guess. It sells products such as Band-Aids, Listerine, Neutrogena, and Tylenol. Reported that Losic claims cause neurological disorders in children whose mothers took the medicines while pregnant. Yikes. They say the company is at fault for not including a warning about possible risks on the bottle. The label lawsuits are blah 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 blah. So a little bit of trouble over there, obviously, for J&J subsidiary Kenvue, which recently IPO'd and then went public on the market, and then got added to the S&P 500 index very recently, and now the negative catalysts are coming out with the news wires. So all the hedge funds, whoever promises that they track the S&P 500, are now pissed off because they're all going to get hurt, as the stock is much below the IPO ranges and much below the all-time low, as we crack that bottom and push to a new all-time low today near $20.96. I think Kenvue has to be on watch. Must watch. So we'll put that one up on there. Apple, pretty insane sell-off, man. Apple is also a must-watch for sure. The Chinese government coming out and saying that they're not going to let the Chinese company officials, was it? I think it was just company officials or state government officials. Either way, the same thing that happened to Huawei in America is being taken place with Apple in Canada. Oh, sorry, in China. Wow, Canada and China. How can I screw that up? That's crazy. Same thing is happening to Apple in China. What happened to Huawei in America? So the ban is incoming. So most likely less sales on Apple. I wouldn't be surprised if China just goes straight out and says, screw you, no more Apple sales in all of China. You want to take production out of China and screw us over for millions of money and millions of intellectual property that we've been stealing for free, then screw you. We don't want to buy your phones. We've already stolen all your information that we want to anyways. So that's what I'm expecting. Possible down move on Apple over here. And it's not going to be just Apple products like Apple iPhones. It's going to be across the board most likely. No iPads, no laptops, no MacBooks, nothing, right? You're not allowed Apple products, period. Meta's not allowed. Google's not allowed. So they can just easily ban this company and just spin up their own products lines. And anyone entering China with the Apple product, you're probably risking going to jail. I wouldn't doubt it, right? So be careful over here with Apple now. If you're an investor of Apple like I am, a lot of the money is starting to look questionable over here. And you know, if this fight on Apple ban is actually going to play out the way it is, then we should be very careful. So pretty monster shorts on Apple today through that 180 in pre-market. Pretty sure no one got that, but off the open, since the market started saving itself, Apple saved itself too. Held into a nice little box over here, 175, 176 area, and then 178 area. We'll have to keep Apple on watch tomorrow without doubt. Just got to trade the levels and the ranges that Apple gives you. Intel with the monster pop today. Did Nvidia pop? Yeah, Nvidia was red. What did Intel do to make this pop? Intel with the monster pop to the north side and actually held all of its gains, unlike the couple other stocks or most of the market, which was red. Intel actually held all of its gains and looked very strong. Let's pull it up on a longer time frame chart. That looks beautiful. That looks beautiful. Shout out to Intel. I don't know if this has anything to do with the rumors that are coming out with Nvidia at the moment, the rumors that are floating around with Nvidia, such as you know, it's possible that the sales of Nvidia's AI based graphics card chips are inflated. They're selling it to a company called CoreWeave, which is nothing but a shelf company on Nvidia's books, and they're selling these graphics cards to CoreWeave. And basically they're selling it to themselves and just stuffing their books and running some sort of a Ponzi scheme over here, creating a bubble, and that bubble might pop at any second. So if that story is real, Intel might be the benefactor, AMD might be the benefactor from that negative catalyst, but in the time being, obviously it should be a negative catalyst, as all chip sectors should get hurt. This also is not a good time for this news to come out. we're still rumors, not news, sorry, for these rumors to come out, because another chip stock is going to IPO very soon, which is ARM. ARM is going to IPO on the Nasdaq very soon, which is another chip sector position. So we don't want rumors like this coming out at this time. Hopefully those rumors are false. So watch out for Nvidia, which also gave you monster trades today, to the downside off the open, and then to the upside later. Tesla joined that party. Meta was an insane move at one point. I mean, look at that move on Meta. We were all just like in awe, in shock of this move to the downside. Later on gave you a long, but ooh, I'm actually surprised. I did not pull up Meta at all on my trading view chart while trading, so I missed out on this level that I would have possibly shorted, right? So missed out on this level over here. Looking at that consolidation, looking at where my level was, I could have possibly taken some shorts on the break of these lows, and or maybe at the high of these ranges with the stop around where my line is, and got that monster move. No one got any news for this move. If any of you went in the chat actually know what the news is for this move over here, please let me know, because we scrounged, we could not find anything for this move down on Meta. So gotta keep this one on watch too. Why is this not on the list? We'll actually remove NIO because we don't care about NIO. We'll put Meta big tech / must watch. So we'll put that one up there. Charge point, yeah, well, we already have charge point mapped up, so we can remove it from here. Nvidia, Amazon, big tech. Palantir is not really big tech, but do we really want to watch Palantir tomorrow? Palantir held that 14 area, pushed right back to 15 we traded yesterday. We got a nice little long off of 15 right here. We went long, we got out, that was good. But Palantir right now, I don't think we really want to have Palantir on the watch. There's way more there's way better trades on the board, and we can just go trade those stocks. Asana was, why are you down here on the gainers? We don't care about you on the gainers. We care about you over here for the earnings for the week, but we honestly don't care about you anyways, because you are not a good trade. Honestly, I don't think Asana is a good trade. Maybe if we go through 20 to the north side, possibly. This is just SSR day 2 bounce incoming, I guess, but I'm not really too bullish on this trade, or bearish on this trade. I'm nothing on that trade. So I guess when you're indifferent, you just don't care about it. You don't have a trade setup, you don't have a plan, just move on from it, right? Move on. Coinbase today, insane move. That's because, hello? Coinbase today, insane move. That's because Bitcoin made a monster pop intraday at some point. Pretty insane pop on Bitcoin, moving right back to the north side. But it seems like Bitcoin just is holding that level monster like in a beautiful way at the moment. That 25,000 area, it's not 25,000, but 25,300 area, holding so strongly. Buyers coming in every single day and holding that level up for us, but we want to see 30k again, right? We want to see 30k again. But the fact that Bitcoin was up on the day and got that rally, gave a nice little rally in cryptocurrency positions such as Mara, Riot, Coinbase, and so on, all did end up going well to the north side and stayed in those ranges. But you know, the question is, does it happen tomorrow? Once again, only time can tell. We don't know if the market's going to flush tomorrow or not. We don't know if Bitcoin's going to flush tomorrow or not. We'll just have to wait and see. Wait to see how pre-market plays out. Wait to see how the market positions themselves throughout the day. And then we can find some trades for levels. However, on Coinbase, we got some levels. That 87 area has been so important for multiple days. And we were actually bitching about missing out the short on one of these days. So if we do pull back to that 87, I'm just gonna put, 87. I don't know if I want to short it. I don't know if I want to long it, but I want to most likely short 87. But if the stock, shows you insane support, insane buying coming in, and Bitcoin is rallying, markets rallying, I'm not gonna fight that 87 short. I'm just gonna get long for that move up to 110. Right? So I'm not going to fight that area if buyers are there. But if no buyers are there and we're just popping up to 87 when Bitcoin's only up 0.3% on the day or something, and the market's selling off, then I'm looking for a failed break of this area and a re-entry short. So that's what I'm looking for on Coinbase. VFS, insane move on VFS. Once again, right back to the downside. $25 now coming into play. You guys know I don't trade this position, but just putting it out there on the watch, on the board for you guys. For those of you interested, on the daily chart, it is pushing right back to the 100 period EMA. Not like it's a significant number for a stupid stock like this, but yeah, it is pulling back to sorry, I was not supposed to talk shit about this company, because one of my bosses is actually Vietnamese and this company is from Vietnam, so I'll take that back before I get fired. But no, all jokes aside, this company over here, an absolute joke the way it trades. Not sure what they actually do. It says they make e-scooters in Vietnam. So how good are your e-scooters and e-buses? Mobility ecosystems. How good are these for the stock to do these kind of moves, right? So insane moves over there. VFS overall pulling right back to the 100 period EMA. We could possibly see some buying coming in over here. Technical play maybe, question mark. All things are only dependent on time once again. And for a trade like this, you want to be very careful. Please be careful. Apply risk management. Don't get burnt. Don't blow your whole trading account on a stock like VFS. If you want to shut down your trading account, go do it on a stock like Apple and be really stupid and make it worth it. Right? Make it worth it. When you lose on trades like VFS or when you lose on trades like DWAC when it goes to these prices of 170, or when you lose money on stocks like HKD when it goes to 2000, it's not really your fault. But it's like, why did you sign up for that pain? Right? It's not worth it. But if you really want to do it, go do it the right way. Go make the right mistakes on Apple and blow it all up. Right? And hopefully you learn that way. But when you blow it up on HKD, you're not learning anything. You're not learning anything by losing on HKD. Only thing you're losing is actual money, actual funds, and maybe your wife. Besides that, you're not learning anything. But when you're losing on actual stocks, using actual setups that are repeatable, that can be actionable again and again and again, and scalable, where you start from maybe 10 shares one day and you go to 50 shares the next day, and you can go to 100 shares the day after. And you can, because the liquidity is there. It's not like there's liquidity one day and the liquidity evaporates the next day. It's not like that. The liquidity is there. So find these positions, trade the right stocks. Obviously, don't get me wrong, it's a lot of fun when you're on the right side of these trades, when you're on the right side of the V, when you're long at the right time, or when you're short at the right time. Ooh, baby, come over here, right? But it's not repeatable, man. It's not repeatable. Those are fun though. It's fun. This ain't live. Yeah, this is not live. Tomorrow we rip BITO is another coin company. Yep, our yield max funds. BITO coiny our yield max funds. Not sure what that means, TH, I'll be honest. Flamethrower armed. What does that mean? Well, who are you burning with a flamethrower? Take it easy, Rekka. Enbridge and do BRP. What the hell is do BRP? Telling me to do BRP or look at BRP, I guess. This stock does nothing. No volume on this stock either. Stop making me waste my time. Enbridge, we did trade Enbridge a couple days ago on that catalyst where that they are buying couple plants from Dominion Energy. Possible long for the future. I mean, we're at a 52-week low over here. Possible long for the near future on Enbridge. I am interested. I think that's a positive catalyst that they're buying out something that helps them make more money. But who am I? I don't really know energy like that. I don't follow oil and gas markets every single day to know them, nor do I trade them every single day. So I don't really I don't keep track of it. I can't give out valuable information on Enbridge or valuable technical information on Enbridge, because I think oil and gas numbers come out and screw up the trade every single day. Not every single day, but they come out every single week, right? So they come out and they screw up the numbers. You also have the Saudi coming up and messing with the oil production units almost every week. So that's a scam over there that you have to keep track of. One day the prince wakes up and he says, I'm gonna make 1 million barrels. The next day he's gonna say, I don't want to make 1 million barrels anymore. I'm bored. I want to take my money and drive my Lambos. This guy is on mood swings. This guy is on PMS. This guy doesn't know what he wants to do from a minute to minute, from second to second. So keeping track of people like this is not worth my time. It's not worth my energy. So what you should do at that point is what Ray Dalio did, is send out satellites to the air and actually keep track of what is being produced and just bet on that. Just being bet on that. And we don't got money to do shit like that. So I'm running away from the energy. I like to trade these stocks when the news catalysts are coming out, like, hey, Warren Buffett is invested in Oxy. Hey, this is happening. Hey, oil production cut. Hey, oil production raising. Then I'll get into a quick little trade here and there. But besides that, I try to stay away from this scammy sector in the stock market, which is already a scam to begin with, right? So I don't want to dive into a scam into a scam into a scam. It's just pull my hair out. All right. Moving away from Enbridge, which we did trade recently, I'm gonna go right back to my list of stocks. AI we already talked about based on the earnings move, so we can walk away from that. STX, Seagate Technologies dropped off pretty drastically today, moving right back into previous ranges. Looks like the 100 period EMA coming right back in for support testing. Possible supports around the 50 to 63 area, in my opinion. Earnings was good, and WDC earnings was good too. Yeah, WDC earnings was good too. So if Seagate moves down, sadly WDC moves down along with it. I'm looking for supports to come in, unless there was some sort of earnings, actual news catalyst for this position. Weakness in Apple might have hurt Seagate. Okay. Does Apple use Seagate? Hard drives in their phones? No, it was a downgrade. Okay, yeah, it was just a downgrade. Barclays downgrade the stock to equal from overweight. So that downgrade hurting the stock, and obviously the Apple news hurting them a little bit more. So Seagate pushing down. Possible buying coming in around these areas. Stock brought in quite a bit of a volume today, and it hit that SSR level. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty interested now. 63.60, 60. Let's say 63.50. That's it. That's all we're gonna put. VFS, we're gonna remove that. IONQ, we don't really care about this position. You know that one, but we'll pull it up because it did drop right off the open. A trader on the Discord group that I run, well, I should say Blind Jedi runs. But I'm just the owner of that Discord group. Shout out to Blind Jedi, the man, the myth, the legend, absolute beast at trading futures. You guys should join Discord by doing !Discord, get the link, join the server, and have the party that we do every single day during market hours in there. IONQ dish pushed down right off the open, pop right back up. Looks like we kind of nailed some sort of a level off the trend line for the upside and the downside, but you guys know I'm not going to trade it. If you're interested in trading this position, we were talking about the rejection of the 52-week high / all-time high, and that's not the all-time high, sorry, the 52-week high yesterday, and it did give you that short, but I don't think you got that off the open. You would have had to get much lower than that in pre-market and off the open and nosedive. So a little bit risky to trade the stock again. I don't trade these kind of positions. I try to stay away from them. Good luck to you warriors out there who go to war every single day on these type of trades. Talking about Mad Max, Mad Ass. And who's the other trader who trades these type of positions on Twitter? I don't know. PSNY PlayStation Network, also known as Polestar Automotive Holdings. Nice little drop coming in, $2 position. pulling down about 8 to 10% overall, triggering that SSR once again. Another stock with SSR trigger. Ooh, no, not really. Yeah, I did trigger SSR, and it closed higher than less than 10%, but it did trigger SSR. It might give you another SSR bounce. Not really interested in a $2 stock that's only doing 3 million shares, or sorry, 11 million shares. So I'll just remove it from my watch list. If it does pop up on my watch list tomorrow, maybe I'll put it back on there. XPEV, NIO, in the same basket. Not really too interested. They're moving back into, you know, these boring old ranges. Over here is where I would be interested, or somewhere back down into these ranges at 15 I'd be interested. I don't think we see 15 tomorrow. We can put the stock on our watch list next week, as tomorrow sadly is the end of the week. So here is our watch list for tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Nice little compact, I guess that's the right word to use. Nice little compact watch list coming in for ourselves. To keep on watch for as the stocks move around. I also want to take this moment to find some more stocks, because I did find some more stocks, surprisingly enough. This shout out goes to Trade Ideas. Make sure you use code PRAD15 at checkout to get 15% off on Trade Ideas. This also another shout out to Brian Shannon, who wrote the book Anchored VWAP, and the scanner is based from his book and his indicator that he uses a lot. We are looking at Anchored VWAP pullbacks from the highs. Scanner shows us Rivian. That purple line is the Anchored VWAP, showing you how the stock is currently pulling back to an Anchored VWAP from the highs, and showing us some sort of a rejection. Looks like Rivian's earnings are coming up. Is that real? Why does it say earnings? That's tripped me out for a second. Yeah, ignore that earnings thing. That's not real. It should say right here August 8th post market. Yeah, why does it say? Oh, yeah, August 8th is right. Yeah, tomorrow is September. That's crazy. Ignoring it, however, we got the Anchored VWAP coming in right around 23.44, where the stock is currently trading at. Move away, Rivian. 23.44. Microsoft, rejection from that recently. Meta, we were there a couple days ago and today. Peloton, we talked about that 666 area, the 666 area. Unity, Qualcomm. So a lot of stocks the scanner has actually caught for us to take a look at, and we just did not. We ignored it. We got a couple other stocks over here. Dell possible support at $66 apparently. So you know, shout out to Anchored VWAP scanner. I've been liking it from all my tests that I've been doing today. I'm gonna keep tweaking the scanner for the next few days, and also I'm noticing couple of legendary traders that I know also use Anchored VWAP, but the way they use it is a little bit different. But I'm noticing people use Anchored VWAPs, so I want to use it a little bit more myself now. So obviously, shout out to this pre-built scanner by Trade Ideas. We're gonna keep playing with it. I'm liking the scans. I'm liking the stocks that the scans finding. Let's see if we can set up another scan. Select strategy, Anchored VWAP. Anchored VWAP from IPO. Ooh, year-to-date Anchored VWAP. We talk about year-to-date Anchored VWAP. Let's put that one in. And then filtered by volume. Oh, NIO looking like a weak stock now, as it shows no longer support. Or maybe it does get back above Anchored VWAP from year-to-date. That's year-to-date Anchored VWAP, that is. So if we zoom out, year-to-date Anchored VWAP on NIO right now is showing that it should show support, but NIO has been weak catalyst after weak catalyst. So could just end up being resistance. Here's Riot. Riot's year-to-date Anchored VWAP. For the most part, we've traded above it. Possible supports coming in around this $10 to $11 area. UiPath, we were talking about it today. The earnings move actually launched it to the north side, showed you some support. We did get a little bit of a breakout of the VWAP, though, the Anchored VWAP from year to date. So that's a little bit on that one. Not 100% true every single time, the year-to-date one, but it's good to take a look at. Let's take a look at Riot. I think we already took a look at Riot earlier. I don't know any of these other stocks. Lyft showing us resistance or now support. Previously resistance, now possible support. Support on Lyft. That's a pretty big question mark. But yeah, I'm going to keep playing with that scanner. Once again, trade ideas. Use code PRAD15 to get 15% off on trade ideas. Let's go take a look at the economic calendar for tomorrow. Tomorrow economic calendar. Don't see anything with 3 stars. What we do see a couple things with 2 stars. The Baker oil count coming in. Baker oil rig counts coming in at 1 o'clock. And this is at 4:30, so it doesn't really matter. We're chilling on that one. The market closes by that point. A couple Fed vice chairs coming in. Fed vice chair. But nothing too important on the economic scale. So Free Fall Friday, I don't know. You know, Free Fall Friday hasn't shown itself in so long that I can't be sitting there and be waiting for it. I just can't be waiting for it. It just doesn't make sense. But if it does show up, you know your boy will be there to party and boogie with all the trades being offered to the downside. I'll be there on Discord. I'll be there on Twitter, posting my trades, posting my callouts, posting my setups. What happened over here? No more IPOs scheduled for September. Did they pull ARM IPO? I don't think they did. It's just not updated. I guess they kind of glitched up over here. Because the date on this website was wrong. So they're probably just updating it. Let's take a quick look at the CME tool for the next interest rates probability. Still at a 92% probability that the interest rates are going to be at a pause. No hike on the interest rates. So we'll see if those numbers continue playing out that way. If the next week's economic calendar, is there a CPI in the next week's economic calendar? We got non-manufacturing, we got jobless claims. We don't have CPI next week, but we should have CPI the week after that. Yeah, there you go. CPI, PPI, and the week after this one, you have the FOMC. There you go. FOMC on... Oh, damn, I ruined it. You can't see it that far out, I guess. And the week after CPI and PPI, you have FOMC, which is obviously where Papa Powell will be taking a look at all the numbers and telling us if the interest rates are going to be hiked up or not. Okay, guys, an hour and 30 minutes for of stock market talk and a little bit of non-stock market talk too. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you for everyone who did show up. I know TH was here from start to finish. So, hey, shout out to you, TH. Thank you for sticking around. I appreciate the love, appreciate the support. For those of you who have not already responded to your mom's text message, make sure you respond to your mom's text message over there and listen to her, right? Your mom knows what she's talking about. Listen to your mom. Quickly, last but not least, all my social media links down in the description below, but you can also get them on the link tree. If you just click on the link tree link, you'll get all of it, the Discord link, the YouTube, the Twitter, anything that you're not already subscribed to, you'll get the links. You'll also have the links to my affiliate sponsors, Trade Ideas, TraderSync, Benzinga. Benzinga is the reason for the fastest news that I get on the day. TraderSync is the reason why my trading has been improving every single day, every single month, because I track them and I know where my money is being made and I know where my money is being lost. Very soon I'll be able to show you guys actual stats on TraderSync. I'm letting it build up on it before I actually be able to show you stats on there. Right now it just has like a day or two stats, so it's not worth to show you guys anything on there yet. So let the stats build up and then I'll show you everything on TraderSync. So right now I can only talk about it, and Trade Ideas, I talk about it enough. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all she wrote. Do you guys want anything else from me? Let me know. Heat wave last 4 days in New York on Wall Street. Yeah, it's been pretty hot over here too, mate. It's been pretty damn hot. 30, 40 degrees Celsius. The real math, the real temperatures that matters. You know, pretty hot over here in Canada too. Today was actually a little bit better. It rained a little bit. It was a little bit windy. So it was good. Gave us a little bit of a breathing room. But, you know, I'm not going to complain. For how much cold we get over here up in Toronto and even in New York, you know it. The winter is absolutely a pain in our butts, in our derriere. So I'll take any heat I get. It felt like I was back home in Hyderabad for a second. So it was good. It reminded me of back home. But it's time to call it a day. I didn't even eat dinner. I gotta go eat dinner. It's 9 damn o'clock, so I gotta go eat dinner, and I gotta go to bed. I have this bad habit of not going to bed on time, so I'm gonna go to bed early today, get some good sleep, wake up tomorrow, and smack them trades. And I wish you do the same. Good luck tomorrow on the stock market. No stream tomorrow, but there will be offline content posted on the weekend. So my plan is streaming Monday to Thursday, 8 o'clock, where we stream our what you're seeing right now, which is, you know, stock market setup process and so on. And then on the weekends we post offline content, offline education, or offline fun content, like, hey, what is my morning routine? Hey, what is a trend line? What is this? How to find trends, how to find supports, how to find this or that. So we'll make content like that. Other fun content too. I'm not gonna spoil what the fun content will be because that's boring, right? But we'll make other fun content. I have a lot planned. My idea is to, like, you know, set like a Saturday to just film, and then I edit throughout the week, and then I have a bunch of content ready for schedule on a scheduled time base. So I got a lot of work ahead of me. Thank you for everyone who is joining me for this new journey, for this new path that I'm on right now. So let's make it happen, ladies and gentlemen. Good night. Peace.